Hey everyone, I'm back. So I did a little research. Turns out I'm actually on the last quest of this quest line here. And once we finish this quest, we're gonna get the quest to go into the raid to kill Ajara. So I figure let's just go ahead and go for it. Let's go ahead and try and finish this up. Apparently I'll get a new flight point for doing this, which I mean now that I can fly, I almost don't need it, but they're always nice to have anyways. And then I'll be able to see if I can actually do the raid. Um, and then I'll be able to, and then once we're done with that, we can finish up the war campaign. The thing is, because I don't know when 8.3 is coming out, my experience is that when a new patch, a new big patch comes out, like 8.3 is going to be, it messes up many of our add-ons because then they're out of date and you get warnings like they're not going to work properly. So because of that, I'm a little like, oh no, if it comes out tomorrow, like, I may not be able to play or record or whatever because all the add-ons are going to be kind of crazy. By the way, did you notice that now I have the javelin on my back? Look at that. I didn't even notice that. That is pretty cool. Man, wouldn't it be nice if that got unlocked as a transmog? Be like, yes, I have the javelin of Suramar in my arsenal now. But then again, we're getting our legendaries unlocked for when Shadowlands comes out. So, by the way, if you're curious about some of my thoughts on Shadowlands, I have made a video where I was finishing up the questline to get Shadowmourne from Icecrown Citadel, and I took some time to give my thoughts on Shadowlands and such in that. So if you want to, it'll probably be up by the time you see this. So if you're curious about my thoughts on it, head on over and check that video out. So because I'm also working on getting some of the other legendary ones, as you can see here, I can even show you guys that I recently did it. I got Dragon Wrath from Cataclysm. I got Shadowmourne. There you can see I got the Swiftwhite Hawkstrider. And I have 21 of the 30 fragments of Valinir from Ulduar. So I'll be able to continue getting closer and closer to that. Still don't have Mimiron's head, but honestly, I'll be honest with you guys, I want Valinir more than I want the Mimiron's head mount. It's just my own, I'm just one of those who kind of doesn't really care for the Mimiron's head mount. I think it's not really a mount. I mean, I wouldn't mind having it, but I wouldn't really use it. So why would I want to use that when I can use some of these awesome mounts here? Like, why would I want to ride Nimrod's head when I can ride Deathwing? It's just my own personal thing, my own personal preference. Doesn't mean to say that it's a bad mount. I just don't think it's as awesome or as epic of a mount to ride compared to a mount like this. Or 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 this. You get my point. Again, I'm not bashing in case you love that. I'm just saying, even if I did get it,
your arrival is timely. They seem to be spoiling for a fight. I thought I smelled an ambush.
This is our best opportunity to seize the Tidestone from Ajara's grasp.
Their champion holds the Javelin of Suramar. We should hear what they have to say.
Not before I get my spit on Greymane. There we go. Hello, Miss Proudmoore. Well, I just gave my green to Greymane. And of course, the idea... Of course, Greymane would want to kill us rather than help us kill Ajara. Anyways, it's not like there aren't people on the Horde that wouldn't want to do the same thing. Just look at some of these guys. They're like, yeah, let's kill the Alliance. I'm like, really? We're gonna fight each other at the... This is like when we fought each other in ICC. It's like, come on. Are you that stupid? Now, Ajara can't raise the dead and add them to her army like the Lich King could, but you get my point. It's like, are you ready to begin the assault? I'm ready. Sound the advance.
Aldiel Shalar. Thalisra, there is little our troops can do against the Guardian. We shall assault the nearby Naga camp to buy you the time you need.
Very well. We must distract the Guardian so our champion can breach her defenses. Lady Proudmoore, we stand a better chance if we work together.
Your plan is sound. Let's see it done.
Be warned that if I catch even the scent of treachery, I will tear you to shreds.
Yeah, the scene goes back to you, Greymane. We still remember what you did in Stormheim.
I shall accompany you. Together, we will strike at the heart of the camp.
2 against 1.
There we go.
You are right to be aware of me.
Huh. Are you serious? So both Lorthamar and Greymane are gonna help me. Oh, lovely. I get to have both Lorthamar and Greymane. Now, this is probably not that big a deal, considering that I am an orc. But imagine that I was playing as one of the Forsaken. As an undead. Because Greymane, he doesn't really have anything personal against the orcs. He has a lot personal against the Forsaken. So just imagine if I was that, and I'd be like, oh yeah, sure, Greymane, you watch my back. I'm going to feel very comfortable with you watching my back, right? Lorthamar? It's like, you got my back, though, right? You're one of my bros.
It's too far.
So if he tries anything... Though I will say, this is pretty awesome, seeing both Lorthamar and Greymane working together and like fighting together. That's pretty cool. It's once again one of those moments where the Alliance and Horde actually fight together, and it's actually kind of cool. As it should be, since it should be a regular thing. But let's get my elemental out. Let me also take a moment to turn down the game sounds. It's a little loud. I keep it up for the voices and the talking, but then all of a sudden the battles start and it just gets really loud. So I try my best to balance it out. But sometimes it's just kind of unfortunate or unavoidable. Now, believe it or not, I've actually heard in some of the extra material, they are trying to work on Greymane. Try to make him not as much of an awful warmongering idiot as he has been, like, since, well, like, Legion. But then again, as we saw in the Battle for Dazara lore, he demanded that Rastakhan bow before Anduin as his new master.
A pity we never had the honor of facing one another on the battlefield.
How fortunate that we never did. It would have been a waste to kill you.
And there you go. There is a microcosm between the two. Lorthamar is like, it's a shame we never had the honor of facing each other. And he's just like, yeah, it would have been a shame to kill you. I mean, Lorthamar didn't say he wanted to kill him. He just said he wanted the honor of fighting him. Notice the difference, right? There's a big difference there. And that's why Lorthamar is awesome and why I spit on Greymane. I mean, it's not why I spit on Greymane, but it's a good example as to the kind of person he's been and as to why. I mean, don't get me wrong, I want Greymane to be different.
The rest. Now for their leader.
I would like it if Greymane actually did get some change, did actually get somewhat of a redemption for his character, so to speak. Can I, will they fly? Like, if I fly, will they follow me? Because it's up here. Will they be like, whoop, we're up here, yep. Because physics don't matter to the NPCs, only the player character. Let's just say that they're gonna have to do a lot to win me over when it comes to Greymane. After what he did in Stormheim. Now, of course, there are lots of vehement Greymane defenders out there, you know, that would defend what he did. But let's just say that I'm hoping that when I do my Alliance character in BFA, because I still haven't, but when I do that, that hopefully I'll see something with Greymane that will actually kind of change my look on him. But from what I understand, we are not really going to be doing that much with Greymane. It's more so going to be with, like, you know, Jaina and such, which makes a lot of sense. I find it funny that that's something you get, a weapon rack. It's like, really? Why would I want a weapon rack? At least in, you know, the 2 continents, you can actually have a shot at getting a couple of rare mounts.
You fight well for an elf.
And you fight well for a wolf.
Huh. Yeah. All right. Let's go, guys. It's time to fight for the Tidestone. Ow. Oh, hey, Jaina. So I have Thalysra and Jaina backing me up here. See, this is awesome when the Horde and the Alliance can be able to team up like this. This is how it should be. Us teaming together to fight common enemies.
Will be your grave.
There we go.
I cannot fail my queen.
Did Lorthamar and Greymane just kind of hang back? Whatever. Miss Proudmoore?
One day at a
Quickly,
time.
the Tidestone.
Shara's forces are routed. We have broken her hold on the Tidestone.
Our way into the palace remains blocked.
The Tidestone's power could be used to shatter the barrier, but I cannot control its energies on my own.
Perhaps we could. Together.
So be it. It is done. The way is open.
Azara's reign must end.
Alright. Oh, and there's the new flight location. Alright, so it looks like... Oh, and there's the... Oh no, that's Alliance Demon Iron. The Tidestone of Golganeth is ours once more.
The Nightwell calls to
The
me.
magic of the Tidestone of Golganeth is staggering. I dread to think what would have happened if she had laid her hands on it sooner than she did.
We are
Baladash,
only as
Malinor.
strong
Here's the
as
quest.
our will.
The Eternal Palace, Queen's Gambit. The way is clear. The palace awaits. Within the vainglorious holds, caught with an old guard. Defeating her will be no small feat. Make no mistake, Azara is one of the most powerful sorceresses alive. We cannot underestimate her power or her planning, for she has had thousands of years to prepare for us. Nevertheless, she must be defeated. We are ready when you are. Shall we finally accept her invitation? Defeat Azara in the Eternal Palace. 3,000 artifact power.
Never again shall a king
The
reign.
Horde's champions will drive every last Naga from the palace. Azara will pay for what she's done.
Alliance heroes will dethrone the would-be queen. We won't seek a fight with you, Lord Thamar, but we will not abide interference.
What have we here? Bitter rivals standing united around my Tidestone. I really do possess a gift for bringing my subjects together.
You can't stop us, Azara. We are coming to end your reign.
Stop you? My dear child, why would I want to stop you? Consider this a formal invitation. My palace has been made ready. Your presence is eagerly anticipated. So many wonders lie in store. Such magnificence.
Get it? So, yeah, Jaina. Look. Enough with the Horde will do this, or the Alliance will do this. How about we all just do this together, huh? Does that sound like a good idea? Certainly sounds like a good idea to me. It's like, why divide our forces when we could just literally just join and unify against a common enemy? Alright, so now we have the quest. So, and I think this is also, oh, by the way, that's the actual entrance way over there. So, and apparently this has now cleared it up for players. So, I do find it funny that it's like you can see there's Horde forces over here, and then there's Alliance forces right over here. So, well, I certainly wanted to make sure I got this done before the next, because I learned my lesson with Legion, so, when BFA came out. So, as you can see here, we are able to LFR all 3 of the wings now for the Eternal Palace raid. There was a time where they were only allowing you to LFR certain wings of it, so I'm glad to, that it's now all available. So I will be trying to see if I can be able to start to do that. And I think what will happen, because really I guess the idea is that we deal with Azara here in Nazjatar, but we also need to deal with King Mechagon in Mechagon, and then we deal with the rest of the war campaign. So, I'm debating if I want to try and start working on recording the LFR run of this raid, or maybe try and do the dungeon. Now, just as a reminder, so here's the raid, Eternal Palace. And Savara, Lady Ashvane. Now that's interesting. It's always funny seeing the bosses. Listen, it's like basically a spoiler as to what's going to happen. Because obviously she looks different. And then, of course, Ajara is the final boss of that raid. And then what about Mechagon? Let's see. Quite a few bosses. The aerial suppression. That thing was annoying to deal with, trying to get my rep in Mechagon. That thing was such a pain. I'm glad it's a boss so I can actually just get rid of it. It's like, oh my gosh, go away. And then Mechagon. So if you're wondering what I was referring to, let's see, where is it? No, that's not it. Ah, right here. The Mechagon Peacekeeper. Apparently that guy drops a mount. So I don't know how certain that is, but it certainly would be nice to be able to pull that off. And by the way, in case you're curious, is there anything you can get in this? In Raid Finder, it looks like just gear. You know, nothing interesting. But even if you turn up the difficulty, is there any other cool, unique stuff like on Mythic? No, not really. As far as I'm concerned, this means that when this is over, at this point, BOD would be the one that people would be coming back for. But I am very eager to see what we're going to be able to get in the raid that follows this in the next patch. I've yet to find out what it is we're going to get. That'll be interesting. So I guess I'll just go ahead and cut off here, and when we come back, either we will be going into Operation Mechagon, or we will be doing the LFR run of the raid, starting with the first wing of the Eternal Palace, the Grand Reception. And once we get both of those done, then we will try and finish off the finale of the war campaign, all in preparation for patch 8.3. So stay tuned.